Hey everyone, Tom Atencio. I'm back doing the predictions. This time we're doing with Chael Sonnen. Chael just came off a big win over Brian Stan, the All-American. Great guy, tough guy. Even you said it in your interview, post-interview. How do you feel right now? I mean, what do you think about being here, talking to me, doing the camera thing? Obviously, you don't feel very comfortable in front of the camera.
Yeah, well, listen, thank you for mentioning my match. I appreciate that. But, it's onward and upward. You get those things, and whether you win or lose, put them behind you and you move on to what's next.
So, what is next?
The second defense of my middleweight championship, the true middleweight championship, the one that I hold, the People's Championship, the linear championship from the best middleweight there's ever been.
There you have it. Let's talk about this next fight. UFC 137. BJ the Prodigy Penn versus Nick Diaz. Nick Diaz is coming off a 10-fight win streak. I mean, Nick Diaz, he has a couple losses. Back when Pride came to the States, Agogo Plata, he beats Takanori Gomi. I mean, this guy's on a streak, but he's fighting one of the best in the industry. BJ Penn, jiu-jitsu, unbelievable. His hands are great now. He's got really good stand-up. What do you think about this fight? Well,
for me, this is the real main event. This is the reason I want to see this card. I think this is the most competitive, big match that's being featured this weekend. Look, this is also a #1 contenders match. Diaz had this spot, he lost it. He's worked his way back into the good graces. I believe BJ Penn is always a perennial #1 contender. This is a huge fight. Now, let's break it down stylistically. Nick Diaz, for as good as he's done, for big of a role as he's been on, has never in his entire run over with the Strikeforce brand had to fight a grappler. When he was in the UFC, he had problems with grapplers. Even though he's a great grappler, he's never quite figured out the scoring system. He lays on his back, he's active, he works down there, and then he's mad when the judges don't give him a decision. Well, listen, the rules are the rules. You can't be underneath a guy, and if it goes to a decision, act as though you're going to win the match. He lost to basic grapplers, Diego Sanchez, who's very good, Carl Parisian, who's very good, but these basic guys with grappling skills have always given him problems. Now he's going to take on the best grappler in the sport, BJ Penn, or at least one of them. For my money in the division, he's pretty hard to top. I do agree with you about the striking element. Diaz has a noticeable reach advantage. Diaz never gets tired. BJ, by his own admittance, has had problems with his cardio before. With that said, one of two things ends up happening. Either he's fighting out of his weight class, and that'll wear on anybody, or he's fighting championship fights with 5 rounds. I don't see 15 minutes being a problem for him. I like BJ in this fight. I don't think it's an overly exciting match, but it's an extremely important match. I can't wait to see it.
So you're saying?
I got BJ Penn. I like the fight, and it's one of these where I wish I didn't have to pick and all of that nice political stuff you're supposed to say. At the end of the day, BJ Penn.
Okay, I'm going to go ahead and go Diaz. I hate to say it. I agree with you 100%. I think it's a really, really tight match. The only reason why I'm saying Diaz is because I think BJ is going to have a little bit of a disadvantage standing up. I think I agree with you, though. If he takes him down, he's the prodigy. I think he'll submit him. But nonetheless, as much as I like BJ, and like you said, politically correct, I'm going to go with Diaz.
Sure, and I'll tell you what, we're going to find out the answer to that question, because BJ's not just going to take him down and keep him there. They're going to be on the feet, they're going to be on the ground, they're going to be all over that cage.
It's a great fight.
It's a great match.